Hello everybody, the name is Lemon Jr. and I am here with Miss Becca, aka Vale. And I said this before when I made a little thread about the show of Black Terror Sex Machine, the Portals Tour. Is there anything that Vale cannot do? I mean, not only just rebranding herself in 2020, but then absolutely killing it in Wakanda, killing it in Odyssey, killing it in Morpho Records. But this is a woman who has ownership, or part ownership, of a label called Street Ritual, a label that has existed ever since 2008. First off, I have to say this. How does it feel to own a pretty big label for that long?
At this point, it feels crazy to me. We're actually about to hit our 200th release in January, and that just feels insane to me. I cannot believe we've been through that many. I remember when we hit our 100th release. And
yes.
I still go back.
That compilation is one compilation I believe you guys should definitely look up. What's that compilation called again?
Discoveries, and it came out in January, and we featured a lot of underground and up-and-coming artists on it. So.
And one of them was Cozy, right?
Oh, well, that was our one of our initial compilations way back in the day. Yes, so she was one of, we've had Charles and Closey and Detox Unit, Dirty Wolves, a lot of artists that have, gone on and become really prevalent with their projects.
For example, Shlump as well. He was the headliner for a show I seen a few days ago called Manifest by Synchro Events. He was a headline for that show, absolutely destroyed it. Not only being part of Synchro Events, but also Wakan as well.
Yes.
Wasn't he a part of the Wakan takeover at the Great Hall, which you were a part of as well?
Yep. So Shlump is an old friend for sure. Yeah, we did his first EP way back in the day.
And also, you said so. This is gonna be a 200 release, right, on January.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here to tell you, there's actually another thing celebrated as well with Street Ritual.
Really?
Would you mind looking at this picture here? And I just want you to read this.
Flight attendant, Street Ritual by No Sleep.
What day was this put on SoundCloud?
Wow, July 8th.
2008.
2008.
So guess what? Right now today is July 6th. So this means in 2 days, not only will there be a 200 release in January, but July 8th will be the 15th year anniversary of Street Ritual. 15 years!
Wow.
So I don't know if you can get any party supplies or get something ready for Street Ritual for 2 more days. I'm here to tell you right now, in 2 more days, mark it down. Everyone mark it down. It's gonna be I can't freaking believe it, 15 years. So did you really think that Street Ritual would last that long or it would have that much of an impact in the EDM community?
Well, no, because for so long we were just a kind of more niche underground label that featured, different sounds of different kinds. And as I ultimately realized that the best way to grow my label and share all these sounds I was so passionate about was to learn, DJing myself. And I DJ'd my high school prom on my iPhone, on my iPod, or probably iPod, and always made mixtapes for my lacrosse teams and all these things. So I was always a selector. But yeah, once I started DJing and I realized the impact that my DJ sets could have with my label, and seeing all these other big artists with the ability to push these sounds that are more niche and that it's just kind of all aligned, and that it was never the plan. I'll tell you that.
But I feel like it's a pretty amazing plan. It's already growing to be such a huge piece in the EDM spectrum that I'm so happy to learn and hear and discover and to see so many people that I say thank you. Thank you so much, Vale. Thank you so much. Who's the other owner of Street Ritual?
So I am the majority owner right now. It's been my company since 2012, but I have 2 amazing people that work with me, Hannah, and she also manages, helps with Closey's label and works as on Red Light and helps with Grizz and LS Dream and Zagara projects. So she's my label assistant, and then Keisha, who's my longtime colleague and friend who manages Color Blue and Brick Squash and a lot of other amazing artists. She's the other partner. So it's actually run by 3 women right now. Honorable mention to Christian, who was my label manager for the past 6 years. He just slid away to do other things. But yeah, we got a badass team of ladies right now. I'm so excited about it.
I'm gonna freaking cry! Oh my goodness. Yeah, So Street Ritual, I know who runs that world, all girls, and I cannot be any more proud of you and everyone else. So it's kind of like begs the question as well, segueing to a certain other label that was made, all girls, the Girl Gang, owned by Genie.
Yes.
How did it feel to be noticed by them as well? I mean, again, here's the thing, I absolutely love seeing people like you, females, so much strong, like, educational females, paving the way in the EDM community. So to have Street Ritual, to be noticed by the Girl Gang, like, do you really think this could be like the era where girls are really gonna run the EDM spectrum? I mean, it's already happening. I mean, we already have Cozy, we have you, we have Rez, we have Alice in Wonderland, Toki Monster, Dane Demand. I can go on and on. We'll be here for like, what, 3 minutes saying all the girls' names. But do you feel this could be like a brand new era for like female DJs?
I mean, absolutely. I think there was a lot of awareness and attention put onto kind of everything after COVID, and just, integrating more like equality into the scene in a lot of different ways, and I think women have gotten probably more respect and consideration than they've gotten in the past dozen years, and I think that Genie has also been a pioneer, and she's a Northeast girl like me originally, so I've always been a huge fan. It was awesome the day they hit me up and asked me to do a mix for them. I was absolutely floored and super stoked, and I still listen to that mix a lot. Honestly, it was really fun. And then I got to recently play with her at Sunset in Florida, and that was just awesome. I hadn't seen a live set of her since pre-COVID, so was really stoked on that, and love what Girl Gang is doing for the scene as well.
That is absolutely amazing to hear, and also adding this as well, look up the movie Underplayed. Believe me when I tell you this, every time I talk about female DJs and all that jazz, I always say make sure you look up the movie Underplayed. It is such a beautiful, fantastic movie showing not only the top female DJs that are crafted, like I said, Prez, Toki Monster, Alice in Wonderland, but it will inspire anyone, no matter if you're a male or female, to not only respect these women and what they're doing, but to also know that these girls are coming and they are not stopping. There's no stepping the foot off the gas. We are going full throttle every single year.
Shout out Level Up for bringing me on tour.
The Spellbound tour. Yes. Yes! I'm sorry, I've seen her perform live at least 5 times so far, and every single year she freaking kills it. Shout out to Tron and Jesse Carlton for supporting her as well throughout her journey as well. We appreciate you so much as well, supporting the little guys out there, guys and gals.
Jesse for sure. Subtronics really has a good ear and eye to the underground, and pays homage to that a lot through his sets and his bookings and his curation, and I couldn't thank him enough or appreciate what he's doing for the industry enough, honestly. Fucking badass too right there.
Absolutely. Now I have to speak more about you, of course, about the Veil project. Here's the thing. First I have to ask this question first. How long have you been producing music for?
So at this point, I'm on probably just about 8 years, but I'd say for the first few it was very casual. It was more just like friends would come over and we'd make beats and I'd learn things. And then before COVID hit, I had kind of decided I want to take my Space Station project to a production level and start producing. And then COVID hit and I lost both my jobs and touring. Obviously, I was actually booked to play whatever Bass Nectar's Festival was in Mexico. I had won the contest.
You dodged a bullet there.
I know.
You dodged a bullet.
Also was booked for Coachella, and then COVID hit. So I'm like, you know what? Now's the time. I'm gonna
Coachella?
finish all these.
I'm sorry. Did you say Coachella?
Space Station was booked for Coachella 2020. That got canceled. Yeah. So that was a blow. But I wouldn't change it. It obviously worked out for the better. That. So when I started actually finishing music over COVID, I decided, I was, in my early 30s then, and I'm like, I'm ready for a change. I'm ready to tighten up my branding, tighten up my sound, and integrate my own production into this project. And I just felt like it was time to kind of, start a new project that encapsulated all that.
And thus Veil was born.
Thus Veil was born, yes.
So what is it about Veil that made you feel like, you already made a little Instagram post about the story and the person that is Veil, but if you can explain to people, what is the power of Veil? What does Veil represent?
So the the feeling and the energy and the aesthetic of the project was actually way more. Sorry, no, you're good. Yeah. RUVLO coming through.
I'm part of it.
The other guys went into the crowd.
Good luck, RUVLO. We love you, man. Yeah, just putting it out there, RUVLO has had such an amazing career since 2017, absolutely killing it. So that man is absolutely freaking incredible. Back to you again, Veil. What you're saying? What is the meaning or the story when it comes to Veil? Go on.
So yeah, I had just already known kind of the feeling and the vibe and how I wanted the visuals to look and the colors and the energy around it all well before I knew the name. It took me months to figure out the name actually. I went through several ego deaths through that and really had to like take time to think about it. But yeah, like when the name came to me, I basically like knew it was right and it had fit the feeling and the energy and everything else that I wanted to kind of put together with that. So on top of just like I think really fitting the sound that I was going for. And I'm kind of a branding nerd. I obviously have Street Ritual Forever, and we also did a rebrand right before, so I was already kind of fresh in that space, and it can be a hard thing to tackle and very scary, but I'm glad we did it.
That is amazing. And if you want to like maybe explain, I'll say this: if you could like maybe describe like the energy, the musical energy of Veil in like let's say 3 words. What would it be? Okay, you guys passed it.
Yeah.
You guys are good. So I was saying like you guys can go on.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if you could like describe like the energy of Veil like in 3 verbs, adverbs, adjectives, what would it be?
Explosive, aggressive, and sexy.
Really? I was gonna say not deep, dark, and dangerous. That would have been the perfect.
I think those are all synonyms to the words.
Those
that
are all
I said.
synonyms.
I mean, I could go on deep, heavy, ethereal, underworld-esque. Like there's so many billions of words that I've written down trying to come up with my name and get there, and
Right. And is there like any like specific like those song or piece of work you've made that like really encapsulates the power of Veil?
Honestly, just I think all of it, but I think it's been a journey in the production itself, and I think every song I'm kind of finishing and what new way I'm challenging myself is working and expanding the scope of what I initially thought possible, and that's been really incredible to experience in real time.
That's amazing. So I would say I feel like for me, if I had to say a piece of work that I feel like really encapsulates the power of Veil in my eyes, in my ears, it would have to be the Netherworld's EP. The Netherworld's EP that was released on Macon, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely freaking incredible. That 4-track EP absolutely blows me away every time I hear it.
I love to hear that.
I feel that was like one song. That was one EP I was really excited to hear and really getting captured, getting enthralled in.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thanks so much for making type of music that take us to another world, type of thing. Now I have to ask this: what might be next for Veil? Because I feel like you are going back to Red Rocks, am I correct? The RUVLO Coliseum with you back to back, not low.
Yes, I'm very excited for that, and doing the free party with Ganga as well. So
How many times have you performed in Red Rocks?
Just once. So
Just once.
2 coming up soon, but I don't think I'll have to talk about that yet.
Okay, no, don't spoil us. And yeah, I won't do that to you. But what is like next for Veil besides like the RUVLO Coliseum?
Well, we're gonna have a surveillance EP coming out soon, and a bunch of singles and compilations with labels that I'm really excited about, and just finishing a bunch of music that I'm fucking really stoked on, and I just can't wait to get it out there. So
I can hardly wait as well. And also, I was going to ask, did you mention the Type House recordings and of course electronics being a freaking BA? I don't curse, I'm sorry. But I have to ask, are there any labels that you wish you could maybe release some music in? Like one of them maybe being Cyclops recordings?
of course, it's I think about it every day, but Cyclops, Deadbeat, CDD, they're all on my list, and I love labels and supporting them. Obviously, I'm a label head, so it's been amazing to even be considered by those imprints. So.
I pray that they do know the power of Veil. Veil, thank you so
Thank
much
you so
for
much.
just.
But look, this fucking guy. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you so much. I mean, it's you who's making the music. It's you who got noticed by Camden Records and Black Panther Sex Machine. It's you who's making all this incredible music and like paving your way to like really show people that females can definitely be label owners. They can definitely like bring the house down. They can take you to another world. They can make you feel, make you think, make you learn, that type of thing. And I'm so honored and blessed and so happy to finally personally tell you thank you. Thank you for just existing and doing so much and making so much work that all of us are absolutely freaking loving. So thank you so much for you guys for listening. Please remember. Remember the name Veil. Do not forget the name Veil. I mean, and also make sure you check her out as well. I mean, one of the big openers for RUVLO Coliseum. I know everyone loves Danger White Knight, all that jazz. I get it. We all love them. But this is the next star. Who knows? You could probably be the next Danger White Knight yourself.
I know.
Don't tell him I said that. This is RUVLO Jr. signing out. I love you all so much.
Thank you so much.
Peace.
Appreciate you, baby.